and how to really figure themselves out. Noble, on the other hand, like you said, sort of taking a step back and then 2 steps forward, really just punching out against ALG, which I don't think anybody really expected.
Not at all, especially against E United. Noble have just come out of nowhere here. The performance from Skilladon has just been so dominant here, especially with Aquarius finding some solo kills against Benji as well, being able to really dominate that solo lane matchup. But he's going to be against Divios today, which is no easy task.
Terra Cirquette, Kepri, Nemesis, the bans to start the day off with, and Noble going for the Osiris to start things off. Very, very clear meta pick here. Just a lot of dominance. Give it to Walrus, help him out. Thumbs up.
Really wanting to get that early game aggression going on. Team AI is going to be able to pick up Scylla for the best, really trying to get off that mid lane dominance. Not a guy that we see prioritized very early in the drafting phase, but the way the best usually plays, he relies on just heavy hitting from long range.
And Scylla has been, I mean, clearly, in my opinion, his best character. I mean, you look at what happens with the Nuwa, doesn't really always work out. On the Scylla, more often than not, we see success. So absolutely, why not? Plus, you're going to pair it with Xenotronics' Kernanos to help him out. But Noble Esports, very scary draft so far with Susano, Fafnir paired up with the Osiris. Just a lot of strong meta selections coming out from Noble.
Great opportunity to lock in this Fafnir for Wub, and AI either forgot about this Fafnir or doesn't really respect it as much as Noble do. And Skilladon with the Susanoo, you can't really go wrong with that pick. Yesterday we saw what Adapting was able to do with it. We saw him just absolutely tear it up.
Hunbats, it's a very interesting character. Hunbats is always a strong pick. There's never a period of time where Hunbats isn't really strong. I mean, when it comes down to Fear No Evil, it's one of the best ultimates in the game, specifically looking at team fights. But he's definitely fallen down a couple of ranks. Once Hydra's Lament was buffed, we saw him every game, and since then he's sort of dwindled. Why is that?
He's almost kind of a one-trick pony. You're relying very heavily on his ultimate. There's a lot of tools to be able to counter that between not just the purification beats, but other gods assisting. Some crowd control reduction potentially makes him a little bit more diminished, and this is why a lot of teams are just starting to adapt against that god. As long as you're not grouped up, you could still deal with that monkey.
Soul and Rom banned out by Team AI. Geb and Hercules banned across the way by Noble. Hoyi will be the selection for Wowie, and Nike is going to be the short lane warrior for Team AI's Divios. But Thoth is the last selection here in the mid lane. Noble Esports get pretty much the tier list.
It's what they really wanted to. MLC Stealth playing this off. He really likes this god, and it's going to be a great idea to get Thoth against the Scylla. You don't really want to get too close to the root, and the cripple is just going to be so obnoxious. But speaking of cripples, Ares last pick for Aurora.
I really like the Team AI are still sticking to the fact, listen, even though they've lost a couple of key members, Zapman and DJ Pernicus, there's still that core of the best and Aurora, and you still see them go for the characters that they want to go for. Noble Esports have the tier list. Team AI still have a little bit of spice and pizzazz on the side of their identity. Noble versus Team AI. Getting into it, game number 1.
I really like this Ares last pick for Aurora. Really trying to get off back into his identity, the way he used to play a lot of these warriors in the support role, playing these aggressive guardians, really trying to make the plays happen.
Yeah, and speaking about making the plays happen, El Chapo here on this Hunbats, I want to bring him back. This character is not exactly known for his early game, especially with the change to the jump most recently, having to level that up to really get the slow built up. So really, I mean, El Chapo on the Hunbats. Okay, we're going to start in the jungle, that's why. I was very curious as to how Team AI just sort of got that for free, but you see Noble actually started at the speed buff, getting the 2 minis, allowing Team AI to just own the early mid lane.
They wanted to really control the solo lane. It seems Skilladon was starting off on the right-hand side, able to really invade the blue buff. He recognizes that his speed buff will be sacrificed with the start of this lane, but the whole goal is to really allow Aquarius a little bit of a slight edge to maybe get a solo kill.
Yeah, Aquarius, by the way, my mistake. I called him Walrus in the picks and bans. Aquarius has been one of the bigger additions to this team, actually, sort of like how Walrus was last year for Noble. Noble always seems to have that one guy. MLC has sort of become a part of the team. But Noble always seems to have that one guy in the solo lane that does really well, and this time around it's going to be Aquarius on the Osiris, who absolutely can dance with Divios. The rookie here, Aquarius, very impressive to me personally.
Absolutely, especially his performance against E-United last week, being able to find multiple solo kills throughout the week entirely, actually, not just E-United, but also against Allegiance, doing a great performance there. And coming from the Challenger Circuit team to having a shot here in Season 4 SPL, he has definitely not disappointed a lot of his fans.
Right. I mean, we saw Aquarius come into the league on that Flashpoint team that really was just as sort of training grounds for a lot of players that have since moved on from that old Noble squad, and seeing Aquarius, or from that old Flashpoint squad, excuse me, and seeing Aquarius sort of make the step up to Noble is very interesting, because Noble was kind of a lower tier team, and I think this split around, Noble has sort of elevated themselves, Aquarius along with it.
It's been one of those pedestal teams to be able to jump from one to the other, but still really trying to find their identity out of Flashpoint and Noble as well. But either way, thus far, former Noble jungler Chapo now on AI. Could be a little bit of rivalry here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was the team that kind of put him to the side, basically. Chapo and Ozzy released from Noble, and it wasn't exactly their choice from what I heard. So Chapo kind of playing on AI has another chance here, and really, Chapo likes to prove people wrong. So I absolutely think there might be a little bit of extra fire there, Toli.
He's definitely not afraid of trying to take that extra step to be able to engage, to look for opportunities, and whether it's against his former team or not, Chapo is really here and he's comfortable no matter really what roster he's playing at. He likes to take that leadership responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely one of the more aggressive players, both in gameplay and also his calls. He'll look for the aggressive plays, and he'll aggressively state that to his team that, hey, look, I'm going in right now. But he recently has, in similar vein to Zapman of last year, sort of reeled it in and really found a way to allow him to balance that aggressive play style, but also reel it back when he needs to in order to find the W.
In the solo lane, still not too much action going on in that one. With the blue buff advantage for Aquarius, he forces out Divios, so that teleport cooldown will favor out Aquarius for the time being. He was able to back now, and he could look to play aggressive, but he's not going to get in position to invade the blue, considering Skilladon is starting his own speed instead.
Yeah, so, well, you'll see him sneak up here. Aquarius going to toss the flail.
So close.
Yeah, I actually thought he had it for the moment. Divios able to sort of sneak that one away, gonna wipe his brow after that one.
That's one of the most rewarding things if you're able to do. Like, you know that they're at the blue buff, but you don't have time to really poke your head inside to see what health it is. So you're gonna use your ability that goes through walls and then just hope for a miracle that it was able to steal it.
I mean, you got to toss him out there, right? Why not? Aquarius, pretty mobile on that Osiris, so he'll be able to saunter back into the jungle. Left side, big presence from Team AI around the Gold Fury, but it's just a four-man split of the Oracles. That vision very important to Team AI early on.
It's something that AI really focused on the beginning of this game here. They were focusing on the left-hand side, trying to get these Oracles and also trying to get some of these Elementals here. It's against 4-on-2, but there's still no aggressive engagements here. Blink, though, from Aurora.
And it's going to get the beads out of Skilladon. Nice play. You're talking about really the four-man splits and the attention to these neutral camps. We'll take a look at the gold here, folks. It's almost a 500 gold lead from Team AI without even getting the first blood. That's the attention. That's what the attention to the neutral camps is gaining them. Team AI picked up the first round of Fire Elementals and have not dropped any since. And looking at the Oracles, I think that's their game plan as well.
And more important than this experience gap from Noble and AI is the difference of the relic timers from Aurora and Skilladon. Now, that 20-second window alone could be the definition of the first blood for AI if Aurora is going to be looking for Skilladon.
Yeah, and everybody has that timer in their head. Aquarius in trouble here. No ultimate from El Chapo. Thought he might have hit it after the teleport.
Oh, it looks like there was some miscommunication because Divios used his ultimate, but Chapo elected not to commit under that tier 1 tower. Really respecting that Aquarius has his all 8 passive stacks up, making him so resilient.
From your eye, of course, you don't, numbers are numbers. From your eye, would Aquarius die to that gank under the tower with a Fear No Evil?
More than likely. I think he was at about 25% health or so. But that passive, you can't deny that passive. It just mitigates so much damage. And currently, with this phase of the itemization, Chapo only having Warrior Tabby, it's not the easiest thing in the world to find the kill. Maybe if he found a crit, it was guaranteed, actually.
Sure. Yeah, and that's, you're going to roll the dice on a crit. Not right now, perhaps. Looking for the first blood. I don't know. It's interesting because there was 2 separate chances for Chapo to really go down with the ultimate, right? Like, as soon as he jumps on him and then he waits for the ult, then you drop the ultimate. Didn't happen. And then he teleported to the monkey. Right after the monkey TP, I thought we were going to see the Fear No Evil. Not happening. Xenotronic gets jumped on. Ult for ult. Wow, he's in trouble. Beats out the pig. Here comes Skeleton. That's first blood. Jungle gets the kill for Noble.
This is the one reoccurring theme of a problem that I see out of Xenotronics. He has this 1-level lead over Wowie, but he overextends under that, not under the tower, but too far deep close to the tower to the point where it's so easy for Skeleton to make this rotation. Not to mention that he's playing the Susanoo that just has so much mobility. You can almost put Skeleton on any jungler, and he still makes that play on Xenotronics.
Yeah, Xenotronics is a very strong player in the mid game, and really what that means is that when he's laning by himself, I see a lack of map awareness. His situational awareness isn't the highest in the early game when he's trying to farm out this lane. He kind of has a one-track mind about get the farm, push up, kill my opponent. Get the farm, push up, kill my opponent. But all the other variables seem to kind of fly by. Then when the mid game comes and everything turns into a team fight, it's quite a different story for Xeno. But this early game, we see the same thing over and over again. Gold Fury started by the blue team.
Noble with Wubbin playing this Fafnir. He's using that AoE coerce, stunning out Xenotronics, really trying to zone him out. Typhoon is going to help Noble secure that one. MLC Stealth getting the last hit.
Just very, very classic Gold Fury play. Nothing really fancy about it, honestly. Noble collapse on it, use an ultimate secure. The support zones out the one person trying to come in. I mean, that's, if you look up Gold Fury defense, that's what you're going to find. Really, what's interesting to me is the opportunity. Why did Noble really have a free, clear Gold Fury right there?
There was just not too many members from AI in position. They all backed, not all backed, but some of them backed to base, trying to get some of their power spike items, resulting in the lack of positioning around that left side objective, giving Noble plenty of time, especially with Fafnir, to get the Gold Fury. Whenever you have gods such as Fafnir, Isis, Ymir, Sobek, like any god that has really great objective secure, you can't leave that side of the map uncontested without at least 2 members.
And so here we are, championing Team AI for very, a lot of attention to the neutral camps here. And Noble will get a first blood, and then they pick up the biggest neutral camp before 10 minutes. The Gold Fury, and that little 500 gold lead that we were sort of clapping our hands for, well, now it's 1,600 in the other way.
I'm really surprised that AI aren't starting to group up with all these ultimates on cooldown from Noble. They invested Stealth's ultimate, Skeleton's ultimate, Wubbin's ultimate, but now they're all starting to get back into the thick of things. So there's the window that AI had to capitalize off of the Gold Fury it's gone now, because Wubbin, without that ultimate, he doesn't have CC immunity. He could easily get pulled by a roar and then followed up with a bunch of chains preventing him from jumping away.
Yeah, usually we see that the default tier 1 tower in the mid lane, or even the Portal Demon, but there's 2 problems. Portal Demon isn't up, it's not 10 minutes, and the tower pushing prowess of these characters just isn't there. Chapo on the monkey at 9 minutes isn't going to be crushing a tower anytime soon.
Somebody needs to make that call, though, out of AI. It's like, hey, listen, we lost the Gold Fury, but we're going to have to try to get something in return here. Maybe look for some buff invades. Without these 3 ultimates, that's a clear-cut advantage for at least 90 seconds for AI that wasn't taken advantage of.
You say that, but I think that's part of why Noble chose the timing that they did. The Gold Fury goes down, and the buffs are already down, so there's no buff invade. We already talked about the lack of tower push, and Portal Demon didn't spawn. I think Team AI is saying the same thing. Yeah, absolutely. They got a Gold Fury. All their ultimates are down. Let's get something. And then, you just have Divios in the background like, get what? Hee. because there's nothing to get. So Noble chose their timing on that Gold Fury actually very, very well.
And with that, Skilladon having this 1 level lead, almost 2 here, just now hitting level 12 on the jungler from Noble, doing a great job on the Susanoo. Only 1 kill on the board this whole entire game due to the over-aggression from Xenotronics, and Skilladon will always be looking for these small openings to really exploit.
Yeah, that's really what Susanoo really excels at. Sure, the Tornado is a Typhoon is a great team fight ultimate, but really, I mean, look at this kit. The pull, the chase down potential. You're looking really for that I'm going to gank you, I'm going to surprise you. Laning phase is a really strong part for Skilladon's Susanoo.
And we were harping on the Gold Fury earlier on from Noble, but honestly, at the end of the day, it was. I see why you did that, but it wasn't. It's not too impactful here as long as AI doesn't lose any further Gold Furies without any opportunities in return. It just seems to me that AI is waiting for that mid to late game. With Scylla on the best, having Doom Warp, he really wants to just wait for the team fights to come to him and look for some of those executions.
Unfortunately, the best, yeah, he's a late game mage across the way. Stealth is also a late game mage. You look at Aurora the Ares, well, Team AI grouping up on the right side. He's not as late game as the Fafnir. You look at Xeno on the Cardanos, you could make the argument. I think that Cardanos is both a mid and late game character. But in general, I mean, Team AI, it's kind of a wash down the middle. I don't think AI or Noble have a more late game composition than each other. I think it's just, yeah, Team AI might be waiting for that. Because here's the thing. The biggest difference between Scylla and MLC Stealth's Thoth is that I'm a monster reset. Always go back to it.
Also, the range coming out of the Thoth is going to be superior to Scylla. However, going to be able to execute a little bit more cleanly, or faster rather, because of the charge up from the final judgment coming out of Stealth. Also, the late game from AI, there's a big important factor of the Nike passive stacks. Once you get those 250 minions,
that's fair,
the 10 kills, the 2 gods at level 20, then you're looking at a lot of a boost in terms of your mobility and damage.
You know what's interesting, Anatoly? A lot of players like to punish Scylla when she goes into I'm a monster. Ooh, nice catch. Best turns around, nails the 180 root, and then hits Skilladon with a crush. Thoth isn't a character that can really do that. A lot of times she goes up in the I'm a monster, and when she executes the I'm a monster, she stands still for a second. So a lot of times you see the Vulcan ultimate come through as a, but when it comes down to it, MLC Stealth has to really charge that ultimate up, and that's gonna not allow him to have that normal luxury that a lot of mages do against the Scylla matchup.
And not only that, you can easily get interrupted while you're charging up. You are not CC immune CC immune during that ultimate charge up. Aquarius doing a lot of poking onto Divios, but good HP 5 regen. Gold Fury started by AI this time.
Yeah, it's about half HP. Noble start to peek their nose over here on the left side, and that's going to be that. Team AI do leash the Gold Fury, so no real fight there just yet. It was interesting. Xenotronics, or excuse me, Wowie, came around the corner and looked at it, and then went back. And then he came back with his team.
It just seems AI are a little bit lost here. They don't want to commit to almost anything this entire game. Obviously, Chapo not wanting to dive that tier 1 on the right-hand side. AI dropping the Gold Fury here on the left. Not having the necessary vision to be able to stop Noble from doing the first Gold Fury. And then not capitalizing after the Gold Fury. It just seems to me that Noble is dictating the pace of this game, at least for the first 14 minutes.
Hunbats is an odd rhythm character. And this is a feel statement. As the best gets pelted by MLC Stealth. Dash forward, misses the stun. Charging the ultimate. Not going to hit. The best. Nice wiggle boots. He's able to get out of there. 1 chain on each player in the mid lane coming out from Aurora. Flames out as well. Nice stun on a Wubbin. Limiting the damage that the support player could deal. But a little bit of poke from Ares. Both players have to back. I thought Aurora was going to go.
I don't think he had any cooldowns. He used his chains and his flames, so he wasn't going to be able to stop that one.
Alt.
That would have been really nice.
Pull him out of the fountain.
Out of the fountain with Best still in the mid lane. I'm really surprised that Aurora also didn't use that ultimate to allow Best to try to go for a follow-up.
Oh, Wowie with the hot play. Chapo drops what looks like his first ultimate of the game, and it's jumped over. And Wowie lets him know by laughing at it. And that's what I was going to get into. Although Wubbin misses the hammers, Xenotronics dances around MLC's shots. Over the wall comes Divios, finding the knockoff on Skilladon. Dashing away is the jungler, flame steal damage. Rend won't reach. And Team AI have the rotation out of their solo laner. So 4 players on the Gold Fury. Best still in the mid lane, trying to make his way over. Dashes forward. Gold Fury down to half HP. And leashed.
AI just waiting for that right opportunity.
TP.
Teleport coming out from Aquarius. It is going to be a 5-on-5 now. Crush off the mark. Nice interrupt onto Divios, and Divios is just getting chunked.
Skilledon lurking around the left-hand side, looking for the gang, but he gets caught out. Chapo sees him. Overhand smash is good. Big damage out of the mage over there on the right-hand side. Down come the Suns. Wowie forces the Aegis. Jumped up. Divios can't catch. He's out of there. Skilledon playing it kind of fast and loose. He's very low. Still wants to get in the fight.
He wants to try to find something, but it's a nice root crush combination. Wobbin is forced to retreat. Aquarius is trying to get out, but Aurora is going to find 2 with the pull.
Fantastic pull. Xenotronic sets up for the big multi-kill, and now with everybody except for Skilledon and Wowie off the map, Skilledon and Wowie both had to go back to base. That's a commitment to the Gold Fury, and that's a tie game.
The best putting in work in that team fight. Double root, double crush, but don't discredit Aurora at the tail end of that one, finding 2 with that hot pull. Despite Chapo really whiffing his ultimate on the left side lane there, they didn't even need that ultimate considering just how poked out Noble got in the process. We saw Skilledon less than half health as he tried to flank behind the Gold Fury, and usually as a Susanoo, you want to look for that flank and throw out the Typhoon ripping through everybody. Oh, the root and the
Aegis
crush.
late Aegis.
Again. So much damage out of a level 14 Scylla that's only going to get ramped up even further as she maxes out her abilities.
Right, you know, it's that 50 stack do more, man. 50 stacks that do more penetration on both the boots and the hat. And that's just a very scary mid-game build. I like the little delay to the best right there. Just playing it fun.
Well, while you're stunned, you can't really detonate your crush anyway. So
my bad.
Yeah, so
I
that was the whole idea.
Stunned. I thought he was just being funny.
It was a little cheeky one. Holding it to the last millisecond of the route. That's some next level, like, martial arts stuff. Like he went to go train in the mountains, alone, isolated.
In the mountains.
Oh. Chapo not in the mountains, in the side of the jungle, looking for an engage, but yet again, still not following any opportunity.
Look at best.
Very low is best, but nice little juke against Stealth. Very confident.
He didn't even mean to juke that one. That was just, oops, I walked past it. Portal Demon going to be taken out by Team AI. No steal coming out from Noble. Very late ultimate by Skilledon. Aquarius kind of wants to fight this, but very quickly Wobbin tells him absolutely not. Noble will back off. So 18 minutes into this one, tie game. Team AI up 3 kills to 1. But as I said, the gold basically all even. Slight experience leads scattered throughout the map, but balanced out. 1 level up in the solo lane for Team AI. A couple of levels up in the jungle for Noble. That pull is actually going to grab Skilly.
He doesn't have relics. 5 seconds remaining on both his... I'm sorry, 114 seconds. I was looking at actually MLC Stealth there, but huge disparity of his defensive relics. Wobbin, though, needs to be careful here. He's between a rock and a hard place. It's only him and Aquarius trying to keep their tier 1 tower alive.
Yeah, the tower's still half HP. Divios is going to have to jump out, but with 3 players here, Stealth being one of them, AI has to retreat. Nails the stun of the support. Chapo gets stunned as well.
Hammer.
Best shows up. There's a root, but nothing really to speak of here. Team AI trying to find the retreat. Divios, well, has a different definition of retreat, but everybody else leaving the scene.
Divios just tickling the dwarf. Doing a great job as Wobbin, connecting on most of his hammers, barely missing that one on using the Sentinel from Scylla. And he was able to interrupt that overhand smash out of Chapo. And this is why we see Noble prioritize some of the picks for Wobbin. He's been doing such a great job in his support role, which is why we see him stick with Wowie for so long in his SPL career.
Yeah, when it comes to Wobbin, he's a guy that very much is his god pool. Some players have a pool of waiting around the corner. Skilledon gets root crushed, half HP. And he'll walk away.
Ooh, trying to chase him down. That was Chapo. Nice. He caught him with the monkey, being able to teleport after the jet stream. Great use of mechanics there. Yeah. Both of these gods can really chase down the other. So it's all about a game of chicken.
So when it comes down to it, Team AI off to a interesting mid game here. They kind of had the momentum in this mid game, but it hasn't really given them much to speak about. I mean, this 500 gold lead at 20 minutes is not a lead. This is a tie game. Experience, 1,000. This is a tie game all through and through, but it feels like Team AI have been a little bit stronger.
It just seems that the damage numbers from the best have been connecting a little bit more often than stealth. I haven't really seen them connect with a final judgment to be able to execute anybody, whereas the best has been hitting some really clutch root crush combinations. That doesn't kill people necessarily, but it forces them in a situation where they get poked down to half health. They might have to back before they want to, which denies them some farming opportunities.
That's one of the big things that Scylla does, is you hit that root crush combo and you're chunking somebody for 30 to 50% of their HP, and that really affects the map.
And the way he's been able to do that is just the vision control from AI. We see Best just position himself in the mid lane, waiting for somebody to turn the corner, coming from their own jungle, and getting punished to skill it on usually every single time.
I love, this is the quintessential mage build. If you don't really know what to build, because mages are very complex, this is what you do. You build power, whether it's Doom Orb or otherwise, right? You build a power bank, you get boots, you build an other item, right? This can be your Rod of Healing if you're a healer. Here we see the defensive option, or the defensive hybrid option, and then you go right into Pen. After this, we'll see the Tahuti. Nothing, no rocket science. It's just this is like the template of mage builds.
Spirit of Desolation could be another option. Chapo really trying to force out some purification beads, but it's going to be taking a lot of damage in return. Great patience coming out of Noble, not expending any of their beads or Aegises against that Fear No Evil.
Yeah, you see how Aurora makes the rotation right after that play? We're sitting here saying, Chapo, what are you doing? Jumping on 2 players, dropping the Fear No Evil. That goal is strictly to force out beads so that when Aurora makes the rotation, he'll just grab people, no escape style. But as you mentioned, very good heads-up play by Noble to not use the relics because there just wasn't a threat.
That's right. There was nobody next to Chapo to follow up from the Fear No Evil. You might as well have Aurora be the one to try to find that double pull blink ulti to force the beats and then allow Chapo later on in the team fights to make his play happen.
Yeah, Chapo has had trouble getting his bats to work. Xeno pushed up, does get the tier 1
Beautiful
tower.
beads.
Yeah, dashes away, easy.
Preventing the pull was the key moment for Xenotronics to survive that one, because had he not used beads there and he charged, that pull would have interrupted the charge as well. There would be no escape for him, and no one from AI was even close to saving him.
Yeah, preemptive beads are one of my favorite things to see in the SPL. It's just such a hard read. I know you're going to pull me. Here comes the beads, right? Love to see that stuff.
Aquarius just being an absolute nuisance against Devious, going to slow him indefinitely here. He doesn't have Frostbound Hammer, but the cooldown on his sickle is about 3 seconds. It's very easy to really chain that one down, and every single time you use the flail, not only do you slow your opposition, but you gain that movement speed, which is so important. And then, hey, guess what? He also has a tether that stuns you.
Zooming. Gotta go fast. Team AI kind of slowing it down. Skilled on dashes away. His Magi's Blessing is popped. Good to see that item picked up.
Are you telling me that Aquarius is like a Mazda?
No, I'm not, and I'm not walking down that avenue with you. Team AI picking up the vision on the left side, totally. I like the Magi's Blessing. A lot of CC. You can see Team AI built off of the classic beads. This is a classic composition. The 2-man beads burn. Woman in some trouble jumps over the wall, where you have a Hunbats and a Ares. Wow, easy.
Easy
Fast,
Gold
clear.
Fury for AI. Chapo is able to take that one away. Devios is going to get stunned out while he's zoning everyone away, but on the backside, it's Skilladon forcing Chapo away.
That happens so fast. Skilladon in some trouble here, gonna ultimate onto the best. Nice, Aegis. And there's Aurora gonna go ahead and grab Skilladon right into the root crush. Some extra damage will kill him, and it will be Aurora that finds the kill. Devios eats the ultimate from MLC Stealth, jumps over the wall, but he's tanky enough to still survive. Crush out of the best will miss as MLC Stealth dashes away, but Wubbin wants to re-engage.
Wubbin finds a stun onto Xenotronics, charging back into that tier 1 tower. A lot of damage coming out of Wowie as well with that Odysseus bow, having Shifter Shield for that physical power. Have to really respect the damage potential out of this level 19 Hu Yi, and despite AI getting the goal here and the kill, Noble feeling confident for this Portal Demon.
Half HP already on the objective, down to a quarter of life. Devios is going to be here, get stunned out still.
Best.
It's all leashed.
It's all best. He's looking for it, but he's not going to find it. Noble really respecting the Scylla.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely have to. At this point, she's swinging She's got the penetration online, so absolutely ton of damage. Half HP again on the Portal Demon. AI controlling.
Trying to go for it for their second Portal Demon of the game. We see Chapo going in the back, still taking a lot of damage, forced to go into that Aegis, but it's actually Chapo having to retreat.
Best gets the kill with the root in before the crush comes through. MLC stealth falls down. Backside, Team AI still juggling the objective. Aquarius trying to decide which way to go. Wowie in trouble. Divios chasing. He's out of the fight. That's good enough. 3 people crushed up. There's an ultimate out of Xenotronics. Fantastic play by Team AI.
They're not done yet, though. It's Aquarius trying to run away while Divios is going to try to chase down Skilladon, but that's a Susanoo that is very mobile. Ren coming out. He misses one of those hits. Jetstream not going to save you this time, Skilladon.
Xenotronics making that kill happen without that root. That's a gone. See you later, Susano. Team AI, interesting. They had the 3-man group up, 3-man crush, 3-man ultimate out of Xenotronics, and it didn't matter because they were too tanky.
It was just such a great performance here out of AI, and just 2 grouped up is Noble. Aquarius, though, also caught in no man's land. He still has his ultimate, so he's going to hold on to that one, and with that passive, still showing us why Osiris is very difficult to really lock down.
Yeah, I mean, he's just so slippery. His, like you mentioned, his aggressive factor, the slows, but the tether is really good at keeping enemies at bay. Everybody's on you. All of a sudden, you hit the tether. You're able to just literally walk away. So, nice look.
And not only does it stun you, but it also mitigates a lot of the incoming damage. So this Osiris pick that was first picked for Noble, really showing us why he's able to play his god effectively, right? Only having 1 death out of the 7 kills from AI is not a bad sign coming out of Aquarius.
Yeah, I mean, Osiris is that guy right now. He's just the top god. He's very, very strong. Death Toll is just part of the reason that he's very, very strong. The passive is just really...
Oh my god, best!
See ya.
Just trying to survive, but he took away the speed buff, and Skilladon is not having any of it, pulling him back in. Typhoon.
He's changed. He's crippled. Skilladon gets the kill, but he's likely to trade out. Aegis is gone, and Xenotronics gets it with the dot damage. Xeno trying to get away from Wubbin now, very low. Jumped on by Wowie. Doesn't have the relics available. Dashing away with a hair of HP.
Great.
It's good enough.
Great jukes coming out of Xenotronics, preventing the hammer coming out of Wubbin as well. Wubbin wanted it so badly. He missed a jump. He missed the hammers. We praised him for hitting all of his abilities earlier on in the game, but you have to be consistent at every single stage, and trading 1 for 1 jungle for a mid could have easily been a 2 for 1 if Wubbin connected onto Xeno.
Still very much in Noble's favor. Any chance you get to really cut down the Doom Orb stacks, that's going to be a win. 50 to 25, big deal right there. So Noble absolutely going to pick up that minor win, but unfortunately Team AI still in the lead by about 5,000 gold as we approach our half-hour mark.
And Skilladon did a great job there, sacrificing his life to reset those Doom Orb stacks like you mentioned, and that opportunity was given to him because he went into the Mad Guy's Blessing. That little bubble that prevents any sort of crowd control, prevents the root cripple from happening from the best, and it's very easy to start penetrating the backline to go onto the Scylla.
Yeah, that's a play where Skilladon likely knows he's going to die. He likely knows that he's kind of going in, kind of Harikari, just going absolutely for it. Listen, man, I'm going to die, but I'm going to cut the mage's Doom Orb stacks down. That's absolutely worth it. At the time, he was, what, 1 and 3, 2 and 4, not that much different. No problem there. I like that play a lot from Skilly, actually.
AI starting to group up on the left-hand side. They have a lot of sentry wards around this goal for a top and bottom of the left side mid Harpies. Even one right towards the right side of the red buff can easily spot off these rotations coming out of Noble, and they're trying to play aggressive while this goal fear is being done inside the pit by Xenotronics.
And that's a really big factor of the fact that it's really important to note that they're actually sentry wards for right now. Divios is all the vision he needs. Just take it on. 3 separate players, has to ultimate to get out of jail. But he'll be able to jump. Wubbin's going to follow suit, but he'll be met by the mid laner. And very intelligently, Wubbin turns around so he doesn't get rooted.
No one from either team really wanting to get into a sticky situation with that Gold Fury being down. AI walk away with another clean objective, their 3rd Gold Fury of the game, able to extend this lead to 7,000 gold at the 29, almost 30-minute mark. It's quite a bit, but it's still playable. You're looking at about 1,500 gold per player, so you're looking at a tier 2 item at best.
Which, I mean, that's That's an awful lot, Tully.
It is.
That's an awful lot.
But when you're 5.5 items versus 5 items, it's still contestable.
Very true.
Versus 2 items versus 2.5, that's a big difference.
It's really about the timing as well. When you're looking at a 7,000 gold differential in the mid-game, it's very different, and it's very different because of the items that you're specifically purchasing, right? If I'm 7,000 gold up at 15, 20 minutes, that means I have a Spear of Desolation, and you're building penetration. So that's going to be a much bigger factor. Whereas here, at 30 minutes, both mages have Tahuti, right? Both hunters are almost finished with their build, whether they're going critical strike or otherwise. So that 7,000 gold difference matters because that last 6 item is getting there, but the big spike items have already been purchased.
I thought Chapo was going to go in there on the unsuspecting members out of Noble and not really taking the engagement. Chapo trying to find the monkey, but a nice little dash from stealth. Wubbin goes in, but it's Aurora that finds the cripples.
Yeah, Wubbin was just trying to get rid of Aurora's Magi's Blessing there, I think. You can see the timer on Aurora's itemization. That'll be the internal cooldown for that item.
Divios leading the charge, gonna get stunned out by Wubbin and Stealth. Chapo going in the back.
And there's Chapo popping up with the ultimate, getting out of everybody's way, and Aurora's gonna grab Wowie. I'm a Monster will not deal the damage. Nice Aegis coming out from the Hunter. Big shot out of MLC Stealth, grabbing Xenotronics on the back end. Skeleton trying to run away. It's 1 versus 3, trying to cut down that mage, but he's gonna be controlled this time by Aurora. Other 2 members of AI exit by the tier 2 tower. Noble have control of the map. They're down 7K, but they can look towards the Portal Demon.
That's the kind of engage that Noble needs to be able to get off every single time. The poke is just so clear. Divios just couldn't really take the damage that he wanted to with all the damage from Stealth. That one stun from Wubbin set up the stun from Stealth, set up the damage from his the rest of his abilities, and then just the pure damage from Stealth's Final Judgment ripping through that one aisle.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we talk about when we're comparing these mages, is the fact that, yes, the most common thread about Scylla, one team fight can change the game. All she needs to do is reset the I'm a Monster. There it is. The Thoth guy, though, he's all about the poke. And late game, that poke actually just becomes aggressive damage. You start throwing out those ones, and you start dealing damage.
Not only that, you can throw out the stunts through the walls, whereas the root from Scylla is a line of sight thing. You can't use it through the walls. You can use your crush through the walls in Alma Monsters, which could be that surprise factor that AI could start leaning on, but slight advantage for Stealth in terms of the long-range artillery shots, whether it's Final Judgment or otherwise. He throws out that wall, all his abilities will get increased range.
Yeah, Crush isn't exactly the longest range ability in the game either, so that distance factor definitely playing a part here. Team AI, not even going to think about that Fire Giant Ares. Going to blink and miss. Not even thinking about this right side of the map. Instead, just want to play it safe and sort of group up. Now shading into the jungle, looking for the fight here. As I mentioned, the gold starting to become less and less relevant as the minutes pour on.
Fire Giant being started by Xenotronics? Question mark? I think he's just trying to bait out Noble in a bad spot. Nice use of that hammer to clear out that Mad Guy's Blessing, but Aurora already at half health.
Over the top comes Divios. There's damage out of the mid-mage, but it's the best that does one better. Skeleton falls down to the front side. MLC Stealth dashing away from Divios and El Chapo. Overhand smash. Watch out. It's a bash. Divios gets the kill off of the assist from the jungler. Wow, he's in trouble, but it's 1 versus 3. Divios still playing aggressive. He knows he's got Zeno on the back line and Chapo on the left-hand side, but Chapo way too low to contribute to this fight. It's a 2-for-1 in the direction of Team AI.
AI able to get away with that one just barely at the nick of time, really chasing down Stealth behind that, well, not behind, but really close to that tier 2 tower, and that 2-for-1 allows AI to get that 10-stack Nike passive, increasing mobility and damage, so these team fights are going to get slightly more amplified in their favor.
If you notice, the best is always the target. And the Doom Orbit, it's not at this point in the game, he's not being targeted because of the Doom Orbit. It's just icing on the cake. He's being targeted because he's a Scylla. And late game Scylla has to be targeted.
You can't allow Scylla free casting opportunities to just wait for the right setup for her root crush on a monster combinations. Great job by Xenotronics getting that 4th goal here of the game for his team. Still extending the goal lead, but it's still been like this 7,000 standstill. AI hasn't been able to really catapult that to the 5-digit marker.
Jumping over is Divios, getting rid of the Magi's Blessing onto Wubbin. about 60 seconds where he won't have that extra CC burn. And, you know, when you take a look at where Xenotronics is, the Kernanos, very good character for dealing with the objectives, especially in the late game. He's got the lifesteal built into his kit, and he does more damage when he's tanking something because it's in melee range. So certainly going to be able to shred that objective and be able to heal himself up as well.
Look at Skilladon underneath.
Everybody knows.
I think he got spotted out. Aurora
Yeah.
is really trying to catch him with those chains. Skilladon's going to be able to jet stream to the right, but the rest of AI are still content of going in.
There's the blink coming out from Aurora. He's going to grab 2 players. He's a monster. Xenotronics gets the kills off of the assist from the best. MLC Stealth falls down to the wayside. Aurora and the best are relatively low, but Skilladon trying to go for Xenotronics. Aegis is good. Skilladon finds an exit. Wubbin now surrounded. Beautiful jump over the wall.
The peels from AI keeping the best alive. Xenotronics making sure that Aurora was going to be safe, and then everybody collapsing onto Skilladon that was trying to find that flank on the backhand side. Still,
This is a gutsy call.
Skilladon is trying to find the engage.
This is a gutsy call. Fire Giant, actually, it's going to work out. Team AI, pick up the Fire Giant.
Wubbin goes
Despite
in.
being low, Wubbin jumps in, and he's going to get jumped on. El Chapo gets the kill with the somersault. They're Skilladon biting back, taking down Xenotronics. Aquarius surrounded by Team AI, but Team AI are low.
He has his ultimate, though, so he's not really too worried. Divios is trying to be that buffer. He actually jumps up and down and without an escape, and Skilladon right around the corner. Skilladon, he dashes in with that Storm Kata. Chapo with the overhand smash. Not enough damage, but the Rend is just not enough. Aurora finding the flames.
Divio's holding that ultimate for so long. Chapo's ultimate comes up right in time to send Aquarius into the wall. The best ultimate is up in a second. It's up right now. Not even gonna look for it. Yeah, not low. Oh,
Not
well,
really worth it. Not really worth it. They got the Fire Giant. They got what they came for. They're gonna get a little bit of a cherry at the end of the Sunday, and the Portal Demon. So a great performance from AI, only losing Xenotronics, and a great call for this Fire Giant. What was a very slow start for AI, starting to really ramp up now.
I got 2 things to say. Cherries go on top of the Sunday, so they're going to be at first, not at the end of the Sunday. And if you want to come back and say, well, I was talking about the day Sunday, this is the first game out of 4.
We're done here. We're done here after that. I will remember this day.
Destruction. Got you.
I will remember this day.
I really liked how Team AI stretched that team fight. If you're not looking at the right side ultimate timers, you're sitting there like, why are you still fighting? Everybody's ultimate was about a second away. And that's why we saw them extend the fight, because they knew that they'd be able to get the cycle again of Chapo's ult into the wall. Team AI extend it, and they go ahead. I'll pick up the tier 2 tower. That's 1,500 in the pocket. 37:47 on the clock. It's 15-4. Team AI leading. Also in the gold column, 12,000.
And now they're starting to chip away at these towers. Aurora did a great job of diving that Phoenix to force the beads out of stealth and the Aegis out of Wowie. So those 2 relics are going to be on cooldown for 2 more minutes. And that's plenty of time for the 5-man squad out of AI with all these Fire Giants around their waist to start getting some more towers and Phoenixes.
Wow, we're finding the cute little ricochet there onto Xeno. No harm, no foul. He's able to heal it up, no problem. Divios jumps right on top of MLC Stealth. There's the ultimate out of the monkey. Chooses Wowie instead of Stealth, knowing his teammate's going to cut him down. It's Divios on the front side taking out MLC Stealth. Wowie on the back end being controlled by Chapo. Skilladon has to save his hunter, and the tier 2 tower will crumble. Skilladon being chased now by Divios, likely just to push him out, while AI pushes up on the left side, looking for the Phoenix.
Find a very easy kill onto Stealth without his purification beats because of Aurora's ultimate earlier on, but now it's Aquarius taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to heal up from the fountain, and without that tanky presence for Noble, this left side Phoenix easily falling.
Wubbin did all he could. He intercepted a couple of basics, threw a hammer. That's all he really could do. Divios now here in the mid lane, but it's Aurora in the mid lane, stripping the beads out of Skilladon right there.
Very easy opportunity for Aurora with such easy short cooldowns, but it's Aquarius leading the charge, going to find the tether onto multiple targets, but having to break his own tether, not wanting to extend past that Phoenix circle where he needs to get that home court advantage.
Big D jumping on a Wowie on the backside. The best taking out Skilladon, no problemo. Half HP on the Phoenix. There's Wubbin, half HP himself. Left side Phoenix dead.
Oh, the
mid side Phoenix gone as well. Wubbin immunes the Alma Monster thanks to an ultimate of his own. Nice play coming out for the support. Just barely avoiding the best's damage.
Not able to really connect from the best, but still finding Skeleton after the middle Phoenix, and this has been a great fire giant thus far for AI, getting 2 Phoenixes, getting multiple kills here. They got all 3 Nike passive stacks during that earlier team fight about 5 minutes ago, and now their late game win condition has been evident now.
I mean, this was one of the most efficient fire giants, you know, we really seen. A bunch of towers taking down, multiple objectives, as you said. Really impressive stuff coming out from Team AI. Xenotronics here on the Kerninos leading. Well, actually, that's not even player damage.
No, it's gold in hand. It's a lot of gold in hand. He's about to get a 3K potion here.
Eesh. Kerninos nowhere near leading in player damage. The fact that Scylla's on top, no surprise. But I really like the fact, and I think this kind of tells the tale of the game here, is that Wowie, Aquarius, and MLC Stealth are your 2, 3, and 4 positions on the player damage. It just really goes to show that Noble are losing these fights, but they're losing them 1 to 2. 2 to 3. They're getting their damage out. They're actually having a hand in it. Unfortunately, Team AI are coming up more positive, and then obviously winding up with the objectives, which is the big deal.
5-1 in the Gold Fury counter, 1-0 in the Fire Giant that's about to respawn in 2 seconds, and AI are positioned right around, and Noble can't really leave their base with the mid and left Phoenix down. These Fire minions need to be checked, which is why we see them trying to push out the wave a little further, giving them some more breathing room as AI is going to start to group up on the right-hand side to get this last remaining tower and Phoenix.
I think this is the beginning of the end, Toli. With a 20,000 gold lead, just barely, and a Fire Giant and 1 Phoenix up.
At a level 20 Scylla?
Yep.
It's looking scary and dicey. Noble have to find a way to really shut down the best in this team fight. They cannot be clumped up for that easy root crush combo.
He's so fast. 16 kills for Team AI.
Is he zooming, though?
It's Metro zooming. AI is still waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting for their opportunity to jump on in. Chapo's going to look for the flanker on the left-hand side. Team AI grouped up as 4 here. Root Crush will miss. Skeleton tending to Chapo on the left side, looking towards the mid-Phoenix. Divio started to tank as the wave comes in. Divio's actually gets stunned out. Big deal, but there's 2 ultimates. Aurora's actually going to grab nobody. Chapo sends everybody a miscommunication. Ult used at the same time. Not efficient. And Team AI going to have trouble here, Toli.
Divio's taking a lot of damage. Typhoon coming out of Skeleton, barely ripping through. Divios eats that final judgment, but it's not enough. This level 20 Nike having quite a bit of defenses online to tank that one, and the Fire Giant buff will be able to sustain up this solo lane, or even going to be able to back to base and teleport right into that right side lane.
Now, there's a reason this is one of the most classic drafts, specifically looking at the jungle and support combination. Basically, these 2 ultimates are supposed to play off each other. You have to beat Chapo so you get stuck by Aurora, or vice versa. In that exchange, it didn't work out because both players used their ultimates at the same time. Wowie doesn't need an ultimate to take down Divios, and we have a defensive stop here, folks.
Wowie, wow, wow, woo-wee, woo. That was just impressive play by the Hunter.
Oh my goodness.
Did you see him?
He
just melted Divios. He backed
did.
with full health, and this late game Hui just melted him. The execution of Odysseus bow. This is the truth. The penetration from the Titan's Bane. It's real.
I
respect
like
it.
The Blood Forge as well.
Respect.
Oh, don't say it, Totally.
You got to respect his name.
Team AI cleaning up the mid-Phoenix and the left side as well. Wubbin is half HP, and Team AI getting ready. Aquarius gets actually hit for a lot.
Still able to find the right side Phoenix though at the end of the day. Look at that Titan health though of Noble.
That's a big deal.
It's so low here. AI can easily still go for this despite Divio's dead for 20 seconds.
Man, I wonder if the best can't just go in and just ult.
I mean, as powerful as I'm a Monster is, I don't think it's that powerful where no one else can throw out some abilities. That one ultimate needs to be used for this team fight instead, and Aquarius trying to hold on to this left side Phoenix.
Aurora on the backside, goes ahead, ults out. There's Chapo following up. That's how it's done. One after the other. Chapo gets the kill on the backside. Skeleton answers by taking down the best, but it's a secondary kill for Chapo. Aurora's in trouble, and Aquarius takes down Chapo, and it's a full retreat from Team AI.
Oh, look at Xenotronics kiting Wubbin backwards, using the Aegis to buy himself some time. time. Now it's Aurora trying to find the chains, but he doesn't really need it. No one else from Noble want to chase that down. With Devios respawning here, this is going to be a 3-on-2 for AI. Look at this. They're leading the charge. They're going to try to end it.
I think they are.
They are.
Yeah, 50 seconds on Chapo, 40 seconds on the best. Wowie's going to get caught by the chain. There's going to be the ultimate out of Divios. Wowie's in trouble. 10% gone. Xenotronics finds lucky number 7. Kill number 20 for Team AI. Still on the chase. It's just Aquarius to play defense. And down goes the Titan. 45 minutes of play. And Team AI take the lead.
AI did a great job this game. They actually